Blow by.
Blow by?
Yeah, that's what happens when you overheat a car.
Yeah, boy.
I'm gonna take him off. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another channel. Jesus. Welcome back to another episode. I think this is number three. I lost count already. We got Darrion here.
What's up, guys?
Known the guy for a long time. Pretty cool guy. So why don't you just explain what you got behind us?
Well, what one? All of them? Well,
three.
Here's my drift car. It's all decaled up with my sponsors and my brand that I'm starting, Minor Threat Garage. It's a E46 sedan, powered by a twin turbo 1JZ out of a Toyota Chaser from Japan. It's honestly amazing. I've done a lot of shit to it since I got it. And then back there, the white car is S13 hatch. Going to be working on it right now, just refresh the motor. It's a LS swap. And then tucked in the corner, you guys probably can't see it, but I have a Honda Civic with the motor in the shop right now, gonna boost. So I'm always busy, got my hands full.
Yeah. We'll get some B-rolls in the back, guys. Let's show you guys the motor and the whole Civic hanging from the ceiling, literally. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask some questions about the Beamer here.
Yeah.
So how long you had it for?
It's coming up almost a year. It was a buddy of mine. He actually put the motor in it, and then kind of lost interest in drifting, and now is in the time to get a drift car. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to buy it?" And I'm like, "I mean, I don't really like buying other people's projects, but I know you. Might as well give it a shot." Yep. Turns out, needed some work, like always. And yeah, I mean, about a year now. Enough time to know all the ins and outs of it with how much I've been wrenching on it.
Yeah, that's the thing with buying other people's project cars. You don't really know exactly what it's done to it. I mean, they may tell you, but you don't know the car.
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't been through every bolt and all that shit, so.
Yep.
You can't.
Yeah.
You got any interesting stories from the car at all?
I got a couple. Yeah. I mean, my first drift event, I drive really aggressive, so as soon as I started getting comfortable with the car and learning how to control it, I was getting more and more towards the wall, and then hit the wall at one point. Shattered out my rear windshield, and then I was like, well, I'm still gonna drive it. So I was driving it out on the street, and I actually I pulled the motor, did my clutch, because my clutch blew up at my last event, and then I went out to the gas station to test it out, and on my way back got pulled over. They towed my car.
Damn.
Yeah.
They tow it?
Yeah, they legit towed my car. Yeah.
Because of that?
Yep, they're trying to impound it, and I'm like, I wouldn't drive my car on the trailer unless I knew for sure they're gonna take it home. And I was like, if the only way that car's going on that trailer is if you guys take it to my house and you give me a ride to my house too. So I mean,
messing around then.
No, I guess they don't like track cars on the street.
What cops are they? What county?
Rice Police. He's a new guy. He actually called in a sheriff because he didn't know what to do, and that sheriff saved me because that cop was. It was a whole corrupt situation. I honestly, if I had time and money, I probably would have taken it to court because
He acted out of his badge then?
Yes.
100%.
And,
okay.
Well, I got in the tow truck, and the tow truck driver was even annoyed at the situation because he was on call at home watching movies with his family, and he got
called out to the stupid call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have gotten irritating for sure for both parties.
Yeah, as soon as he realized how close my house was, he was just pissed off.
I came over for nothing.
Yeah, because he loaded my car, drove 2 minutes, unloaded it. It was just a waste of everybody's time, but it is what it is. And the part that I feel like I should have taken to court is when I got in the tow truck driver was told that he had to come tow my car, otherwise I'd get charged with a DUI. And I wasn't under the influence of anything like at all. I don't know. It was all just some crap.
With that, so you have even more to fight
over.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I wish they would have charged me with that too, because I definitely would have fought that in court.
No, 100%. That's not even like factual evidence at all. Like, they don't even have anything. They didn't make you do the line or anything?
Nope, they didn't make me do any sobriety tests, none of that. The only reason they pulled me over, he thought it was weird because my back window was smashed out, so he thought I stole the car. And then they already called in the tow truck because he thought the car was stolen, and once I proved to them that it wasn't stolen, my phone was dead, so I couldn't show him anything, insurance, nothing. it's a very unfortunate situation. But by the time I showed them and proved to them that the car wasn't stolen, they already had the flatbed there, so obviously they're not going to pay for it.
Crap about it.
Yeah. So then his excuse to making me get my car towed is because my tabs were a little expired, which.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've gotten pulled over for my tabs, they give you a warning.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to be, a complete dick about it. And just like, we're towing your shit.
No, the only reason they towed it is because they already had it called in and they didn't want to pay for it.
At the same time, though.
Yeah. That's probably my most interesting story with it. I mean, I've had a lot of interesting things happen with it. I drive it, drift it, all over.
Drift cars, so I'm sure it has hella stories behind it.
Oh, yeah. But that's probably the most interesting.
Well, do you know what its value was when it came out?
Well, the value for the car itself without my motor is probably, I mean, you can find these online for $3,000 in the condition mine was in.
Right.
But
do you know how much they were when they first came out?
I'm not sure.
Like the 25, 30.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
BMW.
I'm not really a BMW guy, honestly. I just bought the car because of the motor that was in it, and I'm gonna run this chassis until. Honestly, I'll probably run this chassis my whole drift career just because you can find them everywhere. So if I hit the wall, I can replace it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty reputable and common chassis, so.
Yeah,
you can find them anywhere.
The whole like geometry of the suspension and how it grips up in the rear, and it puts down the power very well. So I'll probably keep it through my whole drifting career.
Oh yeah.
Or at least this chassis.
So with that 1J, is there a lot of like advantage? Obviously, I'm gonna assume there is. But what's the biggest advantage of having that engine in there, the 1J?
Well,
compared to what came in this M52, I believe, or M50.
Yeah, I think so. Well, this is 325i chassis, so I mean, I have definitely more power than what would have came in this car. And then with the twin turbos, 2 small turbos, I mean, boost just hits me like that. So it's great for what I'm doing. And I mean, the brochure in Japan says it pushes 290 horsepower, 300. But I talked to a guy at a track, and supposedly they, in that era, they were at a thing where
they were underpowering him.
Yeah, so
the standards or whatever.
Yep. So he said that with that motor ECU setup, I'm probably around 350. So I actually am probably gonna get it dynoed soon just to see where I'm at. But
where are you taking it to?
Not sure yet. I just had that conversation with dude a couple weeks ago, so I haven't really planned it all out. But as soon as we had that conversation, I'm like, shit, I should get it dynoed.
Then you'll find out because it's not really modified, is it? Just the stock 1J with the twin turbo.
Stock 1J. So out of a Toyota Chaser JZX, they have twin turbo 1JZs stock.
They have single turbos? I thought they were
with my setup, I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. I just know it's JZ had turbos, and I looked into it, and it has a stock ECU, wiring specialties harness to make it compatible with the BMW chassis and have all the OEM stuff work inside. But other than that, yeah, it's just stock JZ. It's great. I mean, yeah.
So would you say, this might be a little different for some people to answer, but is too many cars a problem?
No. Nope, you can never have too many cars.
You can never have too many cars.
Yep.
Because I've interviewed some people, I think, in the past, and not on camera, just in general, asking questions.
Yeah.
Is too many cars a problem? Like, you got to think about it. You have, like, for example, he has the 240, the BMW, and then the little Civic in the back.
Yep.
And to that, I mean, that's, for some people, that's a little bit. For other people, that's like a shit ton. It's, But for other people, it's like a little bit. They have, like, 10 other project cars going on. It's like...
Yeah.
How do you even get started with that? Like, I wouldn't even know because I only have 2 cars. So I'm curious what the other point of view is.
I mean, to be fair, having this many cars as project cars gets to be a lot. Like I go and work my average 10-hour shifts every day, and I come home and I'm in the shop working all night. I'm trying to build a dream. I love it. I mean, if we really want to, it's easy for me because I got sober now. I used to be into drugs, so this is my distraction. Right. It's really easy for me. I appreciate it. It was tough, but I mean, this saved my life. If I didn't have this to keep my mind busy and work for and work towards, and the people I met through cars, like you and everyone, it's awesome. Me personally, to answer your question, I can never have enough cars.
It's a good scene to get into for sure. I mean, well, it just depends on the person. Unfortunately, there is some people out there still struggling with drugs, and they still have this nice kind of how do you say it, hobby. Yep. It's not enough to get them out where they're at. So I think it's a pretty big accomplishment what you went through, man.
Yeah, and I mean, my whole thing is if you make yourself broke enough on building multiple cars, you can't afford drugs no more. So.
That's definitely true. Though. Whenever you get the cars and drugs, I mean, that's probably what I'm teaching my kids anyways. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, no,
A little bit of crack doesn't hurt though. Don't do it. But, I feel that 100%.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely the community around it and where it's brought me is amazing. I can't ask for anything else.
What's the longest you've driven in it? Is there any, have you ever taken a trip at all, or driving it, not trailering it?
Yeah, actually, the first time I went out to ND Drift to drive and learn how to drift, I drove it all the way there, which is about 2.5 hour trip there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
How it is right now with the motor and everything?
Yep, just exactly how it is.
So what do you say your dream car is? I know.
Man, that's a broad question. I mean, I know a lot of people would say like a Lambo or something like that, but growing up into the car scene, I have been all over JDM. I love JDM. So like, realistically, I would love to have a Mark IV Supra or even a R34 GTR. I don't know. Dude, I could have so many. Way. Yeah.
It's all about practicality because you got to think about it realistically, guys. Because if you think about a Lambo, you want a Lambo, right? You get the Lambo. How's insurance gonna be like? Like you want to drive this car, but you end up driving it for like 3 days, and then the brakes go out, and then you got to worry about a $20,000 brake job.
Yep.
And it's like, that's not very practical. I mean, I get it; it's a dream car for a reason. It's something that you really want, but you also got to think about your status, your financial status too.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have a trailer park home and have a Bugatti.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible, but you're not paying the bills and doing your brake job at the same time.
Exactly. And I like to drive my cars, and I mean.
Exactly.
It's to drive a Lambo the way I drive my cars. I can't afford it.
I don't think it would last. Man.
No.
It's not a Lambo. It's a BMW.
To be fair, I bought it swapped. Had a shit ton of issues the day I purchased it, and I had to fix them all myself. Swap the rear end.
You did it. You fixed it yourself.
Yep.
You didn't just buy a complete working car.
Yep. I've had this thing stripped down so bad it was just a bare chassis at one point just to fix all the issues.
I remember that. Yeah. Speaking of that, do you ever? I think this is anyone too. Have you ever lost motivation to continue working on it? Like to the point where you're like literally about to sell it almost.
I've never got to a point where I want to sell it.
Okay, that's
but
rare.
I know there's like I've had my motor in and out of my car probably 5 or 6 times over the winter, which is retarded. Like it's stupid, but I mean it's because with my motor and how it's Japan and originated in Japan, like basically everything I have to import. There's some stuff with the IS300s that are cross compatible, but most of the stuff I have to import. But there's only one time where I like kind of was down and just was like, I don't want to work on it anymore. And I think I posted saying like I might not even drift this season just because I was so down about it. But
that happened so many times to me too. It's
yeah.
Even with the car, I mean, it could be the smallest thing though. I could be tearing it apart and a bolt just snaps.
Yeah.
This car, dude, I'm selling it right now.
Yes.
So I mean, I've gone to definitely to the point where I want to sell the car, but it's like, then 2 hours later you get over like, it's a nice car, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know the most I've gotten to somewhat of that point is me basically saying like I might not drift this season, just because I wanted time to fix the car and get it all right. But it was just a dumb little thing, and I got it fixed, and I was just upset because it would have been the 6th or 7th time pulling the motor, and I don't know, I was done with it.
I'm gonna check to see if it's still recording actually. I was like, fuck. Alright, next question. Let's see, I got a buttload of questions here.
Perfect.
How many people have driven your car?
Ooh,
I know I've driven your Subi before, but this specific.
Yeah, we all know how that went.
Definitely didn't result in a burnt clutch.
No, it was great. But I think, I drove it obviously. I'm pretty sure I let my brother drive it. I've had my buddy's roommate just pull it around to the shop a couple of times, but actually drive the car, I really think it's just me and my brother that I can think of. But
so, would you say your car is reliable?
Yeah. For the abuse I put it through, yeah. It's right now, when I got it, no. But right now, yes. Like, when I got it, literally my first 5 laps, the car started on fire because the wiring was so ghetto.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you just redid the whole wiring on it.
Yep. Redid the whole wiring.
Actually, 2 more questions. First one, are you happy with it?
Yeah. Now, at its current state right now, yes. At its current state, yes. Okay. Yep. I'm very happy with it. I I had to bring my car back in the shop and fix it after every event last season, and I got through 2 events, and the only thing that went out was my power steering pump, which is just, it was its time. I'm pretty sure it was the original one on there since I bought the car, and this, as far as I know, this motor was imported in here around like 7 years ago. So.
Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. This thing's badass. Like, I thought it would sound, okay, but what am I thinking? It's a 1J. But
So.
There was no smoke, by the way. That was all video effects that I put in.
Yeah, he's great at editing.
Amazing. It looks super realistic. It's
Yeah.
not real, by the way. So.
Motor's as healthy as it can get.
Yeah.
So.
You can't get realer than that. I mean, fake, but. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I got a couple more interviews coming, so just stay tuned. Like, subscribe. I'll leave his @down at the bottom so you guys can follow him.
Appreciate it.
What was it? Major Threat?
Minor Threat Garage.
Minor Threat.
I'm starting out as Minor Threat, might evolve into Major Threat. I'm new to the drift scene.
We'll see what happens,
But,
right? So.
cool.
But all right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Yeah, that's what happens when you overheat a car.
Should we be worried?
No, it's great. It's just shooting oil in my turbos.